Blinging off my dome. I know somebody will say something about that. Okay, it is what it is. I keep moving the lights all around depending where the camera's at. I've only shot a couple of videos here. This light is not in a great spot, but we're just going to roll with it. Tackle junkies, what's going on, everyone? Really appreciate you guys and gals for clicking on the video. Hopefully everyone's doing well, staying warm. We just got past a very cold week. It's looking pretty warm in the near future. I'd imagine in a week or so we should be thawed, maybe a week or two to warm up, and then we should be hitting the water. I haven't done nearly as much tackle prep as I would have liked. Actually, I've done none, just because I've been working on the boat. I got one unit mounted, about to finish up the second one today or tomorrow. Then the boat is ready, oil's changed, bearings are lubed. I mean, everything's done on the boat, trailer, everything's good to go. Like I said, I'll be finishing up the graphs today or tomorrow. Boat's ready. A couple weeks for tackle prep, and then we'll be on the water. So really excited about that. Let me know kind of how things are going for you guys, what the weather looks like. Are you thawed about the thaw? What's the deal? Hopefully, like I said, everyone's doing well, staying warm. Today we're going to talk about a couple new rods. I've never owned any of these rods before, and it's kind of funny that you don't really see much about these rods on YouTube. And the dude that designed these rods is probably the best angler in the world at the moment. And we're talking about the Wheeler rods. So what we have here, these are the Ducket rods designed by Jacob Wheeler. We have the Select series, which is his higher end series, and then he redid the original series. This is the 2.0. Okay, I got a couple different models here in each series, so a couple cranking rods. You guys know I'm a cranker, and then we got the all-purpose rod. Okay, and there's a reason that I was kind of like really wanting to check out this series, and we'll get into that. But you just don't see a lot on YouTube about these rods. I'm not really sure why. Like I said, Wheeler's probably one of the best in the game at the moment, so you would think these rods would, you know, be all over YouTube, and really they're not. So hopefully I can shed some light on these rods and give you guys my opinion. Today's video is just like a first impression. I usually do this with all new rods that I get in, just a first impression video. It's kind of hard to buy a rod, you know, when you don't get to feel it in hand first. So hopefully my video can kind of give you guys some insight on the rods, and you guys can make a purchase if you're interested. And like I said, I like to do this with all the new rods that I get. I encourage you guys to do that as well, just because it's kind of nice to get some info on the rods before you buy. Okay, but like I said, we got the cranking rods here. We'll go over each one. This is the 2.0. I believe this series is around 150, I believe. Okay, and this is the like I said, the cranking rod. It's a 7-foot 2-inch. Okay, this says medium cranking. So medium is the power. A lot of guys say medium action. That's not right. Okay, it's a medium power. I do believe Jacob Wheeler is the one that says that a lot. He's always saying medium heavy action. No, it's not. It's a medium power. I'd imagine it's probably a moderate action. Does not say it on here. Usually a cranking rod is like a moderate fast. Okay, but a medium heavy. That's the power of the rod. And this is a medium cranking rod. Again, 7'2". Typically for me, my cranking rods are normally 7 foot. Okay, I will go to a longer cranking rod, like a 7'2". I believe that when there's a 7'3", I got some 7'5s. I'll normally use those on like a DT10 or a Dime 10, something in that range, when I'm looking for distance to achieve the depth. Okay, you want a bit longer cast to get down a bit deeper. But for my day in, day out cranking, typically I like a 7-footer, just because I'm close to the banks trying to make accurate casts. I like that shorter rod to be more accurate. But again, these don't come in that length, so we do have the 7.2, and like I said, I believe it's a 7.3 that we're working with here. Yeah, 7.3, okay? But this one here, just to give you guys kind of like a little rundown, you know, I watched Jacob talk about these rods, and this one here, it's not nearly as sensitive as the other one. Okay, so this one here is kind of like his basic cranking rod. Okay, and like I said, it's a medium, and that's definitely a moderate rod. You can see that's bending down dang near into the butt section of the rod. And that's exactly what you want with a cranking rod. You want a softer rod when you're talking treble hook baits. It's very easy to pull out those small little hooks, and a softer rod like this will keep the fish pinned. It's just much easier to fight and land the fish with treble hooks with a softer action rod. And like I said, this one here, I mean, it looks perfect. Definitely a nice soft rod. But like I said, this one here is not nearly as sensitive as that one there, okay? But overall, nice looking rod here. Give you guys kind of an up close look here. We got EVA foam on the 2.0. Blue, ton of flake in it, okay? So EVA foam. Of course, get your reel seat nut. Hook keeper there on top. Again, kind of like a black, blue, ton of flake, and leads into white. Nice looking rod, okay? Nice looking rod. We're not going over like blank specs and guides and all that. You guys can look that up online. This is just kind of like first impression. How's it feel? You know, how's the action and all that? But first impressions, I mean, it feels super nice in hand, very lightweight, and the action looks right on. So really looking forward to playing around with this one here, okay? Then we'll go on to the Select series here. And kind of what he said with both lines here is like I think that the Select line, there's only like maybe 6 rods in this line. Could be wrong, but it's not many. And they kind of complement each, you know, one series complements the other. So you're not going to see every rod in both series. Kind of like a mix of both series is just a great lineup, basically, okay? But this one here is a 7.3, okay? 7.3 medium cranking. And in a video that I watched him talking about this rod, he rates this one more of like a medium plus, okay? Medium plus. It's definitely stiffer. I'm sure you guys can tell. It's definitely stiffer compared to the 2.0, okay? Still moderate, mod fast action, but the rod itself, okay, the power of the rod is definitely stiffer. I think he said he wanted to call it a medium plus. They wouldn't let him, so it's still labeled medium, but it's definitely on the stiffer side. I would agree with him. It's definitely not medium heavy, but I'd say it's more on the medium plus side, okay? But this one here, obviously, it's built a little bit better components, I'm sure, better blank materials, more sensitive and all that. And he said that's really what he wanted out of this rod. Okay, I believe these come in around $250 or so, so more expensive. But again, it's a more sensitive rod, and he really wanted this rod for when he wants feel. Okay, typically I don't think you want too much sensitivity when you're cranking, just because I think you're going to constantly be setting the hook, right? So, but when you want that sensitivity, and definitely, obviously, when you want it, it comes in handy. You can feel when you're trying to, you know, work your baits through cover. You can feel when your line's coming over wood and all that, so you can kind of prepare for your bait coming through so you don't get hung up. You can kind of worm it through there. So when he wants the sensitivity cranking, that's when he reaches for this rod here. Obviously, it's more sensitive. He got more feel with it. But typically, your cranking rods are not that sensitive, just because, like I said, you don't want to constantly be setting the hook every time you feel, you know, the bait hitting a rock or stump or whatever. Okay, so typically when you are cranking, right, when you're cranking rock, wood, whatever, you're constantly feeling that bait dig. Well, when you don't feel it, that's usually when the fish is on. You know what I'm saying? So steady cranking, the feeling's gone, sweep, fish on. You know, that's usually how it is when you're cranking. But like I said, when you're cranking through cover and things like that, and you need or want sensitivity, this is the one right here that Jacob is reaching for. But super nice looking rod. You can definitely tell there's an upgrade here. You know, we got cork here, which I will seal the cork with U40 cork sealer. So we got cork, kind of like a carbon look here. It's kind of cool. Again, lots of flake, like a platinum, silver, fades into the blue. I mean, nice looking rods. This one feels fantastic in hand as well. Got the hook keeper there on top. But yeah, nice feeling rod. Yeah, I'm definitely digging that. And I agree, definitely more towards a medium plus power. Both are definitely mod fast, very soft, exactly what you want for a cranking rod. But when you want the sensitivity in this lineup for cranking, this is the one that you're going to reach for, you know, right here. So very, very nice, very cool. Looking forward to cranking with those rods right there. You guys know I'm a cranker, so had to pick up the cranking rods. Before we hop into the next rod, I want to tell you guys about a new feature on the Deep Dive app called streamflow. Guys, I'm going to link them down below. Definitely check them out. But we're just here on my home lake right down the street. You guys heard me talk about water inflows many times in the past. One of my favorite features here, and you can just see on the map where the lower and higher flow rate areas are. So which areas are getting more fresh water. More fresh water is going to attract more bass. Okay, but they took it one step further with streamflow. Now you can actually see where that water is flowing throughout the lake. Okay, so let's go right here, kind of the center of the lake. All right, you can see really where two streams kind of meet up and then flow throughout the lake. Okay, you can see the arrows there, so you know the direction the water's flowing. Again, it's all color-coded, and you can click on the stream just to see how much water is running through that area. You can see 2 days in the past and a week in the future. Guys, pretty cool feature here. Just another tool in your toolbox to help you guys catch more fish. Check them out, linked down below. These are his all-purpose rods, okay? Again, we have one in the Select series, and we have one in the 2.0, okay? Now, let me tell you a little story here, really why I was excited about these two particular rods. Okay, you guys know I used to be an Akuma guy. I've been running Akuma rods for many years. Well, at one time, who else was an Akuma guy? Your man, Jacob Wheeler, okay? And he helped design the rod series over there, the EVX series. If you guys remember in that line, and I think I even have a review on that rod, but one of my favorite rods in that lineup, I believe it was a 7.2 medium heavy fast. I mean, I had like 8 of those rods. I loved that rod. And in my review, I mentioned just how versatile that rod was. And it was on the soft side of a medium heavy fast, which made that rod so versatile, right? And that was, like I said, that was one of my go-to rods. It was soft enough for your like single hook moving baits, but still had, you know, enough power to fish Texas rigs and jigs and things like that. Just a super versatile rod. Not the best for everything, but it's a rod that you could dang near do anything with. And seeing these rods and the specs on them and hear them talk about these rods, basically these are that rod, you know. So I figure these rods here are going to be the most versatile in the lineup. I mean, that's what he says. They are the like all-purpose rods. But knowing that he had a hand in that EVX series, and that was my favorite rod there, I'm sure these are going to be my favorite rods here just because of the specs on them. So again, these are the all-purpose. This one here is a 7-foot medium heavy. I don't remember the exact specs. They're not on the rods here, if it's a fast or a mod fast. Does it say on here? I don't see it on here. But you can see it says 7-foot medium heavy. He's got jerk bait, swim bait, jig, spinner bait, top water walking bait, Texas rig, vibrating swim jig. So, you know, your bladed jigs and all that, chatterbait. So definitely by those techniques, a very versatile rod. Really all we have to do is give her a little bend here. And you can see, I mean, that's on the soft side. Okay, plenty of power here. But we definitely have probably more of a mod fast action. I wouldn't say it's near as soft as the cranking rods, right? But it's definitely on the softer side. So you got plenty of power here, softer action to it, okay? Which is going to make it a very versatile rod. I mean, I'm super excited to play around with these two rods. So again, that's the all-purpose 7-footer, all right, 2.0. And then we have, I think this one here might be a 7.1, I believe. Yeah, this one here, 7.1, again, medium heavy, okay? Let's go ahead and check out the action here. Yeah, so you can see that's on the softer side. Again, not near as soft as the cranking rod, but still soft. I'm saying mod fast, okay? Good power. Now, when I say too, fast, you know, mod fast, or even talking about the powers, you know, I'm kind of relating that to rods that I've used in the past. So really, like a fast to me might be an extra fast to you, or a mod fast. So that can be confusing just because it's really what I'm comparing it to. Rods that I've used in the past, I'm comparing it to those rods, right? But to me, that definitely, just by looking at the rod, you know, that definitely looks like a medium heavy, you know. I'm saying mod fast to it, you know. Definitely on the softer side, got some good power. Should be a very versatile rod. Let's hear what they have here on the paper here. They don't have any techniques on this one here. But yeah, with that power and action, going to be a very versatile rod for sure. Yeah, super excited to play around with these. And again, I don't know why you don't hear much on these rods on YouTube. But I'll tell you what, you're going to hear some from me this year on these rods. Super excited to play around with them. I just figured by getting the cranking rods, you guys know I'm a cranker, I throw a ton of square bills. So I'll be able to talk quite a bit about the cranking rods. And I figured these two rods here, again, I can do so many different techniques with them. I should be able to bring you guys a handful of videos letting you guys know my thoughts on these rods. Anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up. Just wanted to let you guys know, you know, the rods that I picked up here. Look out for future videos with these rods. Like I said, I'm sure I'll be starting cranking with these here in the near future. So I'll get some videos out to you guys soon, just in case you are in the market for some new rods and you want to check these out. I'm looking forward to giving you guys my opinion. So like I said, guys, if you're not making videos, if you guys are YouTubers and you're not making videos on first impressions, definitely consider doing that. It comes in handy for, you know, the buyer when he's looking for some extra info on the rods when he can't hold them in hand. So that's why I like doing these videos. You guys seem to enjoy them, and that should wrap it up. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you guys like the video, hit the thumbs up. Love you guys. We will see you guys on the next one.